I'm creating a magazine titled Venus. Venus is a music magazine predominantly focusing on the genres of R&B and hip hop, but the magazine will also feature articles on rap and alternative hip hop music. Because Venus will be a hybrid magazine, it will appeal to a wider audience. The target audience for Venus will be females aged between 16 and 25 who enjoy R&B and hip hop music. I aimed at this particular genre as I saw a gap in the market as a common ideology of hip hop music is that men are the most important. I found out that women who also had an interest in urban music had nothing to read apart from magazines such as XXL and Vibe, those of which are aimed at males and objectify women as sex objects, while women would feel uncomfortable or insecure seeing so. I decided to create a magazine full of content for women to read about hip hop music without feeling objectified. Another way my magazine is different from the rest in the market right now is because it will feature a lot of British hip hop artists, because currently there is no magazine that sort of features British artists. It's all sort of centered around American artists because the current hip hop magazines out are all American. This will appeal to a British audience as well as an American audience because it'll feature upcoming stars and already popular stars. So for the upcoming stars, it'll be more relatable for the audience. The magazine is called Venus because Venus is known as the female planet. Furthermore, the audience will see the magazine and quickly be able to identify that it's for females. The slogan for Venus will complement the space theme title. Out of this world, music, fashion, and culture will inform the reader of the content of the magazine, which will cause them to decide whether or not to buy the magazine. The appeal towards the female audience will continue into the featured artists and contents of the magazine. Predominantly, Venus will feature young female hip hop artists, British and American and popular and upcoming, which will allow the reader to connect with the artists and discover new talent. Examples of the featured artists are Azealia Banks, Beyonce, Katy B, Santi Gold, MIA, and Iggy Azalea. However, because the female audience might also want news on male artists, artists like Kanye West, ASAP Rocky, and Kendrick Lamar will also be featured. The upcoming artists give the reader someone to support and relate to, and the popular artists will add to the ideology that the artists have power over the audience, and which makes the sort of audience want to like aspire to be the artist. Venus will include interviews, reviews, and news to inform the reader, which is a common convention in hip hop magazines to feature a lot of content instead of images, which is a contrast to other genre magazines like pop magazines. The common ideologies of hip hop will also be prominent in Venus themes, such as wealth, violence, and arguments between artists, which will appeal to the audience as they already are used to hearing about these themes in like the music they listen to. The audience I'm targeting with Venus are all used to digital technology and use it every day. I asked my target audience if they would use a QR code on the cover of the magazine, which if you scan takes them to the magazine's website, and the majority of them said that they would use it. This would increase the audience of the magazine by appealing to them with online news, videos, galleries, and reviews, and also allowing them to share news on social networks such as Twitter and Facebook. In conclusion, Venus will be an original hip hop magazine which targets young female urban music listeners and also people interested in British hip hop, and will do this by featuring popular and upcoming artists, large amount of context, and a large online presence.